Well, everybody, I'm Cantonese Cat. Hey, everybody, Cantonese Cat here. I'm going to go through my top 5 altcoins, talk about why I'm bullish on them and why they could be breaking out soon. This is Dogecoin, which is number 1. This is a 2-week Ichimoku cloud. As you can see, last time when it broke above the 2-week Ichimoku cloud, it went crazy. And right now, I think we might be on the verge of doing that. Maybe we're still underneath the baseline resistance. So we're still having a little bit of a hard time to break up. But I think once we break above the 2-week Ichimoku cloud, the sky's the limit. So that's one point where I want to make is we're at strong resistance there, but we could be about to break out pretty soon. You can see the wave trend oscillator has turned positive, so it's giving it some positive momentum, kind of push a little bit further, right? Another way to kind of look into this would be look at the weekly here. Right now we are at some pretty critical resistance here, which is the bottom of the Ichimoku cloud. It's going to be around 14 cents, exactly where it's right now. And again, once you're really able to break through the Ichimoku cloud, sky is the limit here. We are getting pretty close. I think we're getting pretty close. There's another thing too, I think it's very important to look at, which is going to be, if you look at the Fibonacci level from the cycle high over here to the cycle low over here, you can see that currently we're trying to challenge the 0.382 here, and we are a little bit underneath of that right now. If we're able to get above the 0.382 Fibonacci level, it might go on a lot higher. Why do I say that? Well, what happened last time when you got through from the cycle high here to the cycle low over here, and when things were stuck at the 0.382 Fibonacci level, we basically have a very similar morphology as we did over here. I'm going to turn off the Ichimoku so you can see a little bit easier. We basically pushed through here, went through the 0.5, got rejected as a wick, came back down, had a hard time breaking above the 0.382, came back down, back to 0.236, and then trying to spend a few weeks over here to push through to about the 0.382, was finally able to push through, and the rest is history, right? What's happening right now? Well, let's look at it. We have pushed through about the 0.5, came back down, and we've been kind of stuck underneath the 0.382, came back down back to 0.236, and right now we're stuck underneath the 0.382 here again. I think we might be anywhere from like a couple weeks to a few weeks potentially before price would go up and try to hit the 0.618 or 0.786. I think it might end up exploding pretty high. It's got a higher high here, it's more a higher low over here. Compared over here, it is a bull trend. I think if it breaks above, it's going to get pretty powerful. Now, if you ask me how high I think this target is, some people might think it's crazy. I think it's possible it hits $4. I think it's entirely possible that it could hit $4. The market cap would be insane, but I think it's entirely possible. Do I think it's going to happen? Not necessarily. I think that if you don't use the log scale, you use the regular scale, non-log scale, then some of these targets up here, 1.618, 2.618, around like $1.02, sorry, $1.20, $1 and $1.90. I think these are possible targets for it to hit, even higher targets. So that's kind of targets I'm aiming at. Obviously, I'm going to see how the trend goes when it gets there, right? But this is my number 1. I've been kind of DCAing into Dogecoin almost weekly, a couple $100 really every week for quite some time now. Probably don't have as much as some people do, but hey, I feel comfortable enough to do that, right? So that's my number 1. I do have a few that I'm very, very interested in, and I have a position, and one is AMP. AMP has got a market capitalization of about $300 million. This is not a small cap, crypto by any means, but it's got a few very, very interesting characteristics to it. First of all, you look at 2-week Ichimoku cloud, and a lot of these are, I'm looking at, you look at the 2-week, they all look kind of the same. It's just basically been riding along the 2-week Ichimoku cloud, and right now it's finding some pretty decent support. The 2-week wave trend oscillator is turning positive, so he's basically saying you have some positive momentum that's building up here. Most likely it's going to end up making, this is a big giant cup over here. This is like another like smaller cup or hand, or whatever we call it. I think we're basically going to turn positive, and we're probably going to end up pushing above the cloud, and we're going to go a lot higher. Last time when it went from here, when you had the cross over here, went from here to here, it basically made almost like a more than a 10x, from here to this wick over here. So that was wave 1. Wave 2 was extremely brutal, but I think wave 2 is ending. Wave 3 is usually the most powerful and the one that's the longest. So we'll see how high it takes us, right? I do not know. I mean, I don't want to go crazy and say we're going to hit like some of these targets up here, but I do think that AMP is probably going to end up doing pretty well. Even if the cycle ends at 0.382, that's still like a lot of money to be made. That's like a 10x, you know, and there's a potential for it to shoot up further because the wave 1 was already 10x. So there's some possibility for AMP to go up even higher, right? That's another one that I'm interested in. Another one that I have is one that is called Boba. Boba is a very much of a small cap kind of altcoin here that is available on Coinbase, and the market cap is very small. It's only $33 million. So that actually gives me some hope that it may have some exponential potential upside moving forward. You can see the 2 Ichimoku cloud also has been serving as, you know, support. You have the Tenkan here serving a little bit as resistance, but I think it's going to break above that. You also have the wave trend oscillator here turning positive. Last time it turned positive over here from the bottom going up, you went from like 10 cents all the way to, you know, like $1.20, right? So about the 12x, that was wave 1. Wave 2 was extremely brutal, but I think that wave 3 is just about to begin, and when it happens, it's probably going to be pretty explosive. Is kind of what I'm seeing. I do have a Gann chart here. I just kind of drew that for fun. Ever since its inception, looks like it got rejected here, 45-degree angle, almost perfectly. Now, if you ask me in terms of what the targets could be, I guess I can draw a little bit of, let me see here. I guess I can draw a little bit of a fib retracement, see whether or not I see any confluence between the two here, from the cycle high to the cycle low over here. Yeah, I guess it's possible. Like, can you imagine it ends up hitting some of the targets up here, like 12, 20 bucks? It's possible because the market capitalization is very, very small. It just made a 12x on this wave 1, so it's possible for it to hit some of the higher targets here in 0.6.8. I think is possible, or just getting back to previous all-time high, or just a little bit higher, like around 12 bucks. That would still be a pretty substantial amount of gain. Do I think that's necessarily going to happen? I don't know. I mean, these are really small cap, micro cap almost altcoins, so be a little bit careful. But because it's on Coinbase and because it does look pretty decent technically, I do have a position. Another one that I have that's also available on Coinbase is Soku. Soku is one that is also looking basically the same. If you look at 2 Ichimoku cloud, it's basically just found, like, all of these basically look about the same. Now, Soku is very interesting because it's got a capitalization, market capitalization of $11 million. So it doesn't really take a whole lot to really pump Soku. And you do have a wave trend oscillator that's looking like it's turning positive. You are finding support here at the 2 Ichimoku cloud as support. So the next natural place for further gravitate would be to go up. And once you go up, now from the bottom over here, it's like 3.4 cents to around 30 cents. So this again made close to like an 8 or 9x. And then that was just wave 1, right? And right now we're gone through wave 2, and who knows how high wave 3 is going to go. I don't know. This is extremely small in terms of market cap. So whenever things go crazy, it can really go crazy. But just look at how beautiful the support has been for the 2 Ichimoku cloud. It's like just absolutely beautiful. All of these altcoins are looking very, very similar. I do not know exactly how far Soku could go. I don't want to speculate it's going to make like to like $3, $4, $5, $6. I do not know the answer to that, right? But I just find this to be one of the more interesting ones. Finally, I have one that I've been holding for, you know, a couple of years now, which is Cody, COTI. This is one of those like Internet of Things kind of coin. And Cody has also been forming like higher high here and higher low over here. It looks like it's also getting ready to kind of run here. Again, this one also looks even more bullish than the other ones because it already bounced on the bottom of the 2 Ichimoku cloud. It's already kind of reclaimed the blue line of Tenkan over here, right? It looks like it wants to run higher. The market capitalization is not big. It's around $170 million. This is also available on Coinbase. So I see that it can potentially hit the target cloud, backtest, and just go a lot higher. And the wave trend oscillator is also very supportive that's, you know, working out probably. Now, if you're asking in terms of what I think about the target price, that's always a little bit tough to kind of think about. Even the monthly over here is crawling positive. Like, this is going to run. If you're asking me what the target price are, I do not know. I can try to do a little bit of a fib level here, and I think I drew this on a, yeah, I think I drew this on a weekly. Yep, 360 and 0.1. So you look at the Fibonacci, I would say that Let's see, I want to extend the lines to the right. Duplicate. So if you look at the Fibonacci levels, like right now, I think we're kind of getting a little bit rejected here at the 0.136. But I do think that is getting close to the arc here. I do think that this arc up here is probably going to getting hit sometime around 2025. Is it going to hit at 1.618? You know, is it going to end up doing like a 12 fix and hit the 1.618? That's entirely possible. From the last cycle, not the last cycle, from wave 1 over here, from this bottom over here is like the 3.6 cents to over here is about 27 cents. So it made about a 6 or 7x just on wave 1 alone, right? Wave 2 looks like it's already been done, and the wave 3 looks like it's starting. And the wave 3 is usually the longest and most powerful. So I'm not surprised it ends up making like a 10x or 12x and hit like, you know, the Fibonacci level that I was kind of talking about up here around like 1.2. I'm not surprised by that. So anyway, those are my kind of like my 5 altcoins that I'm interested in, to have a position in, that I find to be, you know, pretty bullish in terms of this trend. Just want to share with y'all as a private video. I'm probably going to share this tonight as a members only video, and then tomorrow, maybe tomorrow night, I'll probably end up releasing it to the public. Anyway, take care. Thanks for listening. Have a good one. Bye.